Uh, so yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I think I went the wrong way. When you build a robot, you choose a head. The head has power, weight, defense. They don't impact too much except maybe a special attack. The eyes are fairly cosmetic. But then the legs are going to be one of the most important things you pick because you've got all sorts of legs available here. But you're going to pick these car legs with speed 200. They are extremely fast, and the faster you go, the faster you can get to your bad guy and beat him up. And then I have 4 weapons that I start with: punch 1, spear, crossbow, shield 1, but I don't want to use any of these for the whole run. So I'm just going to start with punch 1 because it's what I'm most comfortable with, and I start time when I select the second weapon. So let's go ahead and get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go straight to this guy with the hammer and immediately start fighting him. He's got motorcycle legs, so that's a little unfortunate, but I got up to him quickly and then ring him out. He's gone. So that was a fast first fight, right?
Very good first fight there, David.
Alright, so you immediately equip the hammer, and then you're going to start fighting whatever you can going forward. But you're going to notice something important here. My hammers are not doing very much damage. Like, they're just taking little tiny bits off the health bar. So I've got this guy in the corner here, and I'm just going to be wailing on him here because he's not defending himself. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, with proper execution, once you get an enemy robot in the corner, this is effectively an infinite. But you have to do this to rank up damage, because if you bring him out, then you get less experience that way. And you need to level up the hammers really, really quickly for the speed run.
Yeah, the hammers level up based on number of hits. So you get them into a corner here, and you actually do this neutral attack. So right now, I'm just spamming the left attack and the right attack, but I'm not holding down the D-pad at all. If you hold down the D-pad, that's going to change the attack that you use. The neutral attack is kind of quick and comes out quickly, but it does hardly any damage no matter how skilled you are with the weapon. But it's usually good for either training in the corner like this, or possibly setting up for a bigger hit later. So that was no problem, but I'm going to fight this guy again because it usually takes about 2.5 full battles to train up your hammer. If you notice while we're watching this, I'm actually doing a little more damage than I was before, and my attacks are coming out a little quicker than before. I actually had to use a lot of side attacks there to get this guy into position, so I'm not going to get as much training for this second battle as I usually do. But again, it usually only takes like 2.5 to 3 battles to fully train your weapon, and when we do that, then we're gonna start blazing through this. There's somewhere around 50 fights total. It's a little bit RNG because you gotta beat all these guys to get points to rank up. You gotta get all the way to rank 1, but the amount of fights that takes is a little random because the guys at the top are fighting each other and they're getting points. So I think the lowest I've seen is somewhere around 49 fights, but it's probably going to take closer to 53 or 55.
Good fight. One thing David won't acknowledge about himself, he is the best at this game, and making sure you can get those corner strats going is actually really difficult. I've attempted this run myself, and execution-wise, it's one of the hardest things you can do, but it's huge. Just go for it.
Yeah. So, like, the car legs are the best, but they go extremely fast. They have a certain acceleration to them, and it's really difficult to control. I mean, once you control it, then you can start wrecking everyone, but it takes a very long time to get used to the car. There's another set of legs that are basically like a motorcycle. Their speed is 150. They're a little easier to control. Might be a good starting point.
Good stuff there. Yeah, car is huge. It's so fast. Like, you get to maneuver and dip around and whatnot with that so quick, so efficiently. Very, very good.
Alright, so the weapon's not fully trained yet. I did take a little bit of a shortcut and try to do the previous battle more quickly to see if that did it. You know, this probably did it. But yeah, you can see cornering them, I'm whacking them with a hammer and just kind of taking out their health bar really quick now.
You win. That is forever etched in my brain. I owned this game as a kid too. It's so much fun.
Oh yeah, I used to play this all the time with at my BFF's house.
Hammer battles. So
no, mine's better.
just a little bit. To put an emphasis on how good Hammer is in this run, the weapons and the cars, the legs, I guess you should say, that enemies start with in this game are completely random. If you start the game and going through your menus and you don't have an enemy that has a hammer, you have to reset, which is why the run started off the actual menu, because David would have had to reset it prior to stream until he actually got an enemy with a hammer. Your number one priority is that you have to beat one of those guys first, because anything else they can give you just isn't going to give you the kind of efficiency you want. The hammer is just that overpowered. Nice blow up right there. Oh yeah, we generally skip special robots too, as I recall. They're a bit strong.
Yeah, there's actually 5 special robots hidden among the ranks of the robots, and they start with unique weapons that no other robot has, and they're fully trained on their weapons, so they're gonna be tough fights whenever you get to them. Like these other robots we're fighting, they don't necessarily have their weapons trained, so they can hit me or combo me, but they're probably not gonna be much of a threat, especially since I'm maxed on mine.
God, look at this damage. It's so good.
It's so good.
Ugh. Get launched. Knocked him off too, just for the sake of it. Yeah, the crazy thing to me about the special robots was learning from David that they don't actually grant you extra points if you beat them. It's like, oh, here's this fight that's like 4 times harder than a fight normally would be. You get nothing extra. You don't get any extra level up because, why provide incentive for beating a difficult opponent, I guess.
Well, I mean, they do have the unique weapons, but
sure.
But you still have to train those weapons, so...
Right, I would say for the purpose of the speed run, there's just no point to do it. Like, the weapons, cool, but here, you level up an entry-level weapon just until the very end.
Ready, fight.
Good old punches.
Yeah. Hammer is just so insanely overpowered, and I did test a few other weapons before settling on the hammer, because the hammer does the full health bar in 5 hits, and some of my other favorites just took a lot more. I think some of my earlier runs tried to use Punch 1, just because I was so used to using punches as a kid. They can pick up boulders or stage objects and throw them, and they're nice like that. But Punch 1 takes 19 shots to clear out a health bar. And
yeah.
Punch 3 takes 12.
Punch 1 does have some uses, though. It's really good for ring outs. But that's not what we're trying to do here. So, like, at the start of the game, it's actually the best thing you can have, which is, I guess, fine, because it's the only thing you can have, but it turns out it's actually a really useful weapon, too. It's not the best, but you can do a lot worse for the beginning of the game. Quick thing to acknowledge about, quick thing to acknowledge about shield enemies. They can be pretty obnoxious, and your best strats there are going to be flanking around to the side that doesn't carry the shield, because shield auto-blocks from the side they're weak. Like, that Grimace robot there has the shield in the left arm, so attacking him from his left is just not conducive to much. You want to make sure you go in on the weak side. Yeah, and of course, I say that now we have double shields. Whee!
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. I do have a certain hierarchy of weapons. Whenever you win a battle, you take a weapon, and so I tend to try to take away weapons that I find annoying. And shield is basically top of the list of most annoying.
And shields are pretty silly. Shield 4, I think, is the highest they go, and those things are massive. They basically have full block capability.
Yeah, shields act a lot like punches in the way they move, but they can't pick up objects.
Not the extendo
arms. With the hands, though. Yeah, that's a sucker type.
Gotta catch these.
I love suckers.
Yum yum lollipop. Oh hey, more hands. I also just to commentate on the presentation of this game, I love this game's soundtrack. I feel like it doesn't get praised enough. The menu music is something I'll just listen to for the rest of my life, for example, and the stage themes are really solid too. Just great sound design overall. I love the sound effects. This game is sweet. No, yeah, Tiki is not something you want to fight. That thing is obnoxious. It's like a hand that's also a shield. Oh,
Well, so Tiki is a projectile weapon, and projectile weapons do have some of their annoyances, mostly because they tend to stun you and make you do a slight hop in the air, but they're not any real threat. And Tiki especially is not much of a threat because his projectiles only have about 10 shots worth of ammo, and he's gonna blow through them in like 10 seconds. So he's no threat. He's just kind of annoying to chase down and hit. Also, he's got humanoid legs, and I don't like fighting things with humanoid legs.
Blast off.
Yeah, legs have a hierarchy too. Car or motorcycle legs are the most annoying to fight, but then shortly after that is humanoid legs. But that's for humanoid legs. That's mostly because they're really easy to ring out on accident. They tend to flop over whenever hit, and so they have a tendency to just fall while they're on the edge of the stage, and you do not want ring outs. I get 22 points from that battle. If you get a ring out, you only get half as many points, which is why I've gone with overwhelming destructive power rather than just knock everybody out.
Yeah, it's weird because ring out would be faster, you'd think, but there's no diminishing returns to it because of the XP system. Very bizarre dichotomy, I guess you could say, that it has, but it just adds to the complications. I still think it's fun to just beat people up with hammers instead of like sending them to their fate, but what do I know? Just hit.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I've used my special in a battle.
Those can be useful at times, yeah.
Yeah, in the upper right, you can see as far as by my name and the enemy's name filling up every time you hit or get hit. When that gets full, you've got a special attack you can use, and that's something that the head that you chose will affect. If you have, I don't remember how the weight affects it, except that it changes your blue special, and that's one that I don't like to use. But a more powerful head is going to have a fire that shoots straight forward, and a less powerful head will have a circle fire.
Yeah, I agree with Turbo Gilman. It's essentially really cool that they basically encourage you to fight in this game rather than play like super lame. But I guess it's lame to have the best weapon too, so push. Hard to say. I do love how much chip damage you're doing right now, though. Even when you're getting them against the wall, if they're just straight blocking with shields, the chip damage right now is really, really strong. So it's inevitability, and that's great.
Every once in a while, he leaves himself open, and then I get a hit in, and it kills him.
Land on the platform. Aw. I was hoping for that. When they go sky high like that in the stages with the up and down vertical platforms, I always hope they land on one just because it looks ridiculous.
It would also actually save a little bit of time. The you win text starts displaying once they land, so if they land higher up, then it starts coming sooner.
Yeah, it's a neat little optimization, but it also all depends on... Yes, but it's just all up to AI behavior, and AI in games like this is generally not known to be very cooperative. So you take what you can get. I love this stage theme. This is probably my favorite stage theme.
Mine too. This one is great.
Iceberg, dead ahead. That smash, though. Yo, dog, I heard you like potatoes. Let me mash those for you real quick.
Yeah, the guys with the sucker weapons, I love fighting them. I mean, so part of it is that a sucker weapon, and I did like using them casually. We're gonna be fine. Yeah, a sucker weapon, they have to stop, and then it has to go out and then come back for them to use it. And usually that leaves them wide open, so it's pretty easy. Well, if you're experienced at this game, it's pretty easy to bait out an attack, dodge it, and then hit them while they're open.
God, I know you mentioned the specials aren't particularly good for the most part, but that flame special, that has like lots of plus flames on blocks, so they're just like basically open for a hit to death. It's so cheap. Big fan. Damn, this dude's blocking the side.
Yeah, I do use the flame special sometimes. Usually for guys that I'm having trouble catching. One flame special, if you hit with it, will do more damage than one hammer hit.
Blast him.
Double sides. Ouch. This guy seems pretty good with his weapon. He's doing a lot of damage. That's okay. Knocked him into a corner. There's a lot of
combos
in this game.
Yeah, the combo videos of this are so much fun to watch. Just, hammer blow up time. It's too good.
Ouch.
Oh, rematch. Invoked the rematch clause. And Scythe launch too. I forget how strong that is.
Yeah. So, in theory, you get the most points anytime you challenge somebody at the top rank. But sometimes I like to fight the same person twice just because I have a feeling that they'll be easier to fight than whoever I fight next. So maybe I get slightly fewer points for it, but then I end up with an easy fight 2 times in a row. It helps a little bit. Take away the shield. Ooh, rocket and sword. Rocket's a boomerang type. And boomerang types have some of the same weaknesses that sucker types do. If they miss, then they end up wide open.
Yeah.
Ouch. This guy's got a sword to protect his other side though.
Yeah, they're the boomerang type weapons are really unsafe on whiff. Like if it doesn't make contact with you, they're just open completely. Like it's open season from that point. Just hit him. Usually ends up getting a loss. Good fight though.
Yeah, they would probably be safer if I was not using such a ridiculously fast feat.
Such is optimization. Oof. That knockback is pretty severe on their weapon. The damage is pitiful, but they're getting you away from them.
Spears have their annoyances. I think that's javelin, but yeah, type P, that's basically spear.
Yeah, they're just long weapons that specialize in pushback.
Ready, fight.
Oof. That hand tactic was solid. I know you blocked it, but like the pushback on it was good. That's definitely a hit to the speed run.
Yeah, that was a blue special there.
Rude.
Blue specials can do a lot of damage if they hit, but they're really hard to hit with.
Yeah, it's...
And personally, I do like baiting out blue specials from bad guys sometimes.
Ready, fight.
Because if they miss, then I can get right behind them. They can't block shots if you're behind them. This guy's got spider legs. I'm gonna fight him again. I like fighting spider legs.
What's the downside of them?
The spider legs?
Mm-hmm. So there's got to be a reason why I don't fight them. I figured it's like they just have something bad about them. Ooh.
I'm not sure. Spider legs are slow. Maybe they turn quick.
Very fast fight there.
Sure. I'm not sure how that helps them.
93 clock there seems pretty good. Good stuff.
Oh yeah, I think my best is like 95 clock.
Ready, fight.
We're starting to hit top ranks now.
This is the second overall rank. And I can't remember, is the final boss 0 or 1?
He's 0, I think. You have to get yourself up to rank 1. So we're going to be fighting these guys in the top spots for a little while now. And this is going to be partly where a lot of RNG comes into play, because you're going to be fighting the same 3 or so robots for a while, and you better hope that they have loadouts that are easy to deal with. Ow. This guy knocked me back. I think I want to take away... Do I want to take the hammer or the javelin? Kind of want to take the javelin.
I think javelin's more of a threat to the player, just because of the pushback. Like, for the damage, like, it's not that big of a deal.
Ready, fight.
I do hate me some Scythe, though.
Ouch.
The Scythe, like, every hit launches.
Oh, no. Oh, man. I worried for a bit that this guy would combo me with something that I used to combo with all the time casually.
It's good stuff.
When I was growing up, my favorite combo was punch 3 and lip. Use the lip to bring him to you, and then use the punch to knock him away, then lip to bring him back.
Just create a loop, basically. It's really strong.
Ouch.
Super cheap.
Ready, fight.
Ooh, this guy's good with his scythe.
Yeah, I know I've been saying a lot of negative things about Scythe. Scythe's really annoying to fight because whenever it hits you, it essentially launches you. and it's really fast, so it's hard to block. So like as soon as it hits you, you're already airborne, and that means that you have to do quite a bit of work. Nice. Do quite a bit of work to make sure that you're going to be able to react.
I had to think about that fight for a sec.
That did
These
get,
top guys are no joke.
That did start getting pretty hairy there for a moment. They are playing to win right now.
Fight.
I like the distribution of the safe side. Like the fact that his only arm extended out from that corner was his shield. Smart play. Come back, evildoer.
Ouch.
One
Darn.
of-
I hoped to bait out a blue.
One other thing I want to put over in this game, movement in this game, the way David's doing it, is incredibly difficult. Like, yeah, you can move around plainly using the D-pad, but you need the shoulder triggers to be able to make sure you can sway and move side to side properly. Not easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
David's a master at it.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out that Doom style strafing does apply here. If you go forward and you strafe, then you're gonna move 40% faster.
Yeah, it's basically required. I've never been a fan of input style strafing because I'm like a up and down sidestep kind of guy, but this game's a bit of a relic in that way. But hey, if you play Doom or Quake, by all means, probably for the best.
Fight.
More chop chop. Oh, lordy. Oh yeah, he's done.
This guy's good with his mace out. Yeah, he's actually backing away and making it hard for you to approach from the side with his bowling.
What on earth was that jump?
I don't know, sometimes they jump. The computer's usually bad about actually jumping, which makes the guys with the spring leg a
Yep.
lot weaker than they would normally be.
Very good decision there on the super, by the way. That was a good choice.
Oh yeah, Super's got its uses. Yeah, it might not be as fast as a hammer, but again, it does more damage than one hammer strike, and can be useful for moments when you really need a lot of damage quick. I baited him. Oh, I love that.
Good
Bait out
stuff.
the blue attack, get behind, hit him behind with a special.
Good stuff. Degnard? Degnardy? I'm gonna call him Degenerate.
I'm gonna call him dead.
I like that. Can't
That's
spell
me.
Degnard without dead, so it works. Remove 3 of the consonants and you're good to go.
You win.
Alright, I'm currently number 10 now, which means it shouldn't take too many more battles to get to number 1.
Ah, Painbot.
I'll show you, Painbot.
I like that. He reeled you in and you already had your hammer extended. That's always sweet. You just get to just do incoming with those super powerful hit. Did it again.
Baited the blue, hit him from behind. It's such a cool move when you pull it off.
It is very satisfying, I agree. Just another reason to...
Oh, he accidentally picked up the pillar with his punch.
Yeah, I saw that. That was nice. Peace.
You win.
95.
Yeah.
Nice.
Unfortunate with the ring out. I only got half as many points for that fight.
Ah, because we're still trying to rank up, yeah.
Fight.
But hey, the fight was fast. Hopefully the rest can make up for that.
It's open.
But,
Hey, Chop Chop here is kind of using double vulnerability weapons now.
You win.
Yeah, I've been stuck at number 10 for a while.
Ready. Fight.
And by the end of the run, this is kind of where the grind comes in. Like, you're basically just... I wouldn't exactly say treading water, but you're kind of doing same old for a bit until the boss shows himself. And then you can finish the game.
Yeah,
Where are you going?
and it is, again, random how many battles you'll have to do before the final boss shows.
You
I mean,
win.
not because, like, it's, oh, he shows up after X number of fights. It's just, how many fights you're gonna have to do to get to rank 1. Because it's all points based.
Nice finish.
Yeah, I mean, as far as top robots go, this is not a bad selection of them. They most of them are using regular legs, and there's hardly any shields or projectiles here.
Fight.
Plenty of suckers and boomerangs. Ouch. Whoa, I got a from behind attack there.
That sideways business was rude.
Just a
Good
bit.
finish. Good
Yeah,
finish.
It's really good to know the hitboxes of your weapons. The hammer can swing pretty wide and can get a little behind you if you know how to do it. It's like there's apart from the neutral attack, there's like 3 different attacks you can do. The wide swinging to the side will hit the most area, but it's also the slowest one. But then you've got an overhead, which is kind of fast, and then an underhand, which is even faster but harder to hit with. Oh, this guy's got claw. Okay, not much of a threat then. We should be just about seeing the big boss here. Zeo Gigas is his name. Is this it?
Soon.
Yeah, this is it. I'm gonna go ahead and skip
Awesome.
the cutscene. We're just slightly behind schedule. I'm gonna catch it up a bit.
The
But yeah, this is
oh, go ahead.
so this is the final boss. He's unique. He's always got the same loadout. He has his own unique stage. One hand has a projectile weapon that shoots very fast and hurts a lot, and the other hand has something that combos with both a punch and a shield, so he can pick up all these obstacles around the stage. Oh, and plus he's got car legs of his own, so good luck hitting him.
If I remember right, he can also attack from out of bounds. Like, you can't ring him
Oh yeah,
out.
you can't ring him out. Ow. And I lost that fight. That's unfortunate, but it happens. Neo Gigas is very
Yeah,
tough. And
it's common to take a loss here, but the upside of losing here is that you don't lose your weapons rollout. So like, you get to keep hammer and try again. So
Yeah,
here it's
you can
just
just-
running out of time.
Fight.
alright, come on you.
Yeah, the fight's pretty much just a war of attrition. Like, his defense is really good, his offense is even better. Just really have to pick your
Got
spots. Nice.
Alright, time's gonna be
GG.
when winner pops up. And 2703, that's not too bad. What? Plenty underestimate. Hard to do. Yeah, winner, and then you get this end screen. Champion, Retro, congratulations.
Mhm.